Hi, it's John from Android Addicts, and I'm just going to show you quickly how you can set up the Panda Gamepad Pro app for games like Call of Duty, and we'll go through a couple of other games as well, just so you get a hang of how to actually configure all your controls and where to put them on the screen. Now, Call of Duty Mobile is actually quite a good example because it actually gives you a nice little section here in the settings where you can just go through and actually put exactly which buttons you want in which place without having to load up a game and get killed constantly. So let's take this for example. So we've got, we'll click on the Panda here, and this is how I've got mine set up. So I've got the left analog stick. I've moved it all the way down to the bottom here to try and keep it out of the way of everything else. And you can see I've actually sized the circle here to be, make sure it actually encompasses the run, so I can still sprint if I press fully up. So if it was too small, so for example, if I had it only that small, I may not actually hit the run or sprint button. So make sure that you've got that the correct size. So for my fire button, I've got the right trigger up here. We've got a few things set up down here. I haven't configured these two yet, but I'll go through that in a second. So I've got Y to swap guns. I've put RB down here to throw a grenade. I've got left stick here to crouch. I've got X to reload. We've got right stick here to, what does that do again? Oh, that's the knife. So if I click on the right stick, I'll do the knife. Left trigger does the zoom. And I haven't even used this button down here. If I just close Panda app shortly, briefly, you can see this button isn't in use at all. I didn't find it any use. I don't do any sniping or anything, so let me know down below if you use this all the time, because I certainly don't. I just press on the zoom for the trigger here and fire that way. So I haven't bothered configuring any of the buttons at the top here, and I haven't done this one yet either. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is configure these perks with some new keys for you, just to give you an idea of what you could potentially set up yourself. So what I'm going to do is do left, up and right on the D-pad to be 1, 2 and 3 over here. So the first one, I've clicked add, click key, and we can see in the top left here, we've got the left key appear. So now I'm going to drag that on top of the perk, like so. Make sure you're reasonably accurate, you don't want to click on the wrong one. Okay, we're now going to add in the up key, so up. And then we're going to do right for the third and final perk here. Okay. So I think we've got everything configured how we want. Let's just put a key down onto here, and that should be everything. Now we can see for my right analog stick, which I've got for the looking around, I've set it to this specific size. It seems to be the best size that I've found. For Call of Duty, you need to make sure it's on the right hand side of the screen as well, because you can't do the look from the left hand side. So put it on the right, this kind of size, and I've also configured the POV speed to be as slow as possible. This game seems to be very, whether it's very accurate or very sensitive, I don't know, but it's extremely quick otherwise. And for my old brain, I can't actually react that fast. So this is the setup that I've currently got, which I'm finding seems to work quite well. So I'm just going to play through a game and we'll see how it goes. Now what you may find, like I have, is when you use Panda Gamepad Pro, you may lose the sound of the game when you come back out of it. If I disable it, you'll hear the sound. If I re-enable it, the sound disappears. So to get around that, what I do is actually just quit the game and go back into it. Okay, so we're back in the game now, and the sound is working. I've actually turned off the music, and what I'm going to do is just click on start to find a game, and we'll see how I get on.
front line.
You can see here it's quite accurate. It's quite good. Come on, teammates. Now, there's definitely some server issues here. Maybe it's just me. So you can see I'm sprinting. If I don't put it all the way up, I don't sprint. If I put it all the way up. Come on. Okay, I've got some major lag here, which isn't helping things.
Reloading. Tango down. Recon ready for deployment.
Okay, so I can activate my perk here.
UAV online. Changing mag. Cover me. Hey. Hunter killer drone on standby. Friendly hunter killer drone deployed. Tango down. Cover me. Reloading. Down. Nick back up.
Okay, I've actually run out of ammo here, so I'm going to go all out and start knifing people.
Missile awaiting orders. Predator missile inbound.
Okay, I didn't do that very well. I forgot which type it was. Let's go around and stab a few people.
Headshot. Enemy down.
Finally been killed. But you can see, I mean, obviously when I'm trying to turn around quickly to get someone behind me, it's not brilliant. But you can adjust these settings as you see fit.
Tango down. Heads up. Running good spot. Enemy down. Advised. Hostile predator missile inbound. Hostile hunter-killer drone inbound. Changing mag! Cover me! Sniper eliminated! Grenade out! Target down. Standing by. Repeat, UAV recon is standing by. UAV online. Sniper down! Deployment.
So there we are. That's Call of Duty. See the amazing shot accuracy there at the end. Okay, so let's set up the controls for Cyber Hunter. So I'm going to stick the left analog stick over the movement stick on the screen, and then I'm just going to stick the right analog stick over to the right hand side here and press OK. So now we should be able to move around. So let's just complete the next few things of the tutorial.
Excellent. It seems like you got... Now it's time to try out a weapon. Tap on your inventory to pick up the equipment you want. Pick up this weapon.
Okay, so it's going to ask us to click on here. So let's add a button to do that. Let's say the Y button.
Obviously, rifles use rifle ammo. Let's pick up some rifle ammo and try it out. You've now got the hang of basic weapon collection controls, making you capable of engaging in combat. Now let's try firing a weapon. Slide the right side of the screen and aim at the enemy.
Okay, we've got a fire button down here. We can see that the right analog stick is overlapping slightly, so I'm going to just move that out of the way, and then we're going to add in our fire button, which I always have as the right trigger. So we'll stick that there. We've got a reload button that's appeared as well, so let's just add a X button here for reload, and let's continue.
Great, you're a natural. Along with manual fire, you can also use auto fire to help you in battle. Well done. Along with your own basic firearms, you can also tap on the skill button to view the skill bar and select one to use.
Okay, so we've got a skill bar down here, so let's use the right stick click to open that. And then we've got our skills here, so I think this is going to be a good one for the D-pad again. So let's stick in D-pad key up for that skill. Let's do the others while they're on the screen. We'll have a left and we'll have a right. Okay.
See? The shield wall can provide us with some basic cover. Wanderers will get injured in the heat of battle. It's a fact of life. You can use meds to recover your HP. Now try these bandages. They can restore a small amount.
Okay, so what do we want to assign for bandages? Let's have LB.
And it wouldn't hurt to find cover while you're healing. Use a med pack and try moving around as you use it. After restoring back to full health, you can re-enter battle and as a wanderer alongside web. First, let's try rolling. Tap on the roll button to perform a tactical roll in the direction of your joystick.
Okay, so roll I'm going to do as the left stick.
You're nice and agile, I see. You can roll. What should you do when you're faced with a small wall? Go around it? No need, we can vault over it. Tap the jump button to vault over the low wall. Head to the target location and try it out.
Okay, we've got a jump button here, so let's add that in as the A button.
That's right. This trick can also help. So how can you get to the second floor or the roof quickly? The answer obviously isn't the stairs. Come on, let's head to the top. Exactly. Wanderers can climb on walls and trees. Well, I hope you're not afraid of heights, but you really don't have to worry about reaching the tap the jump button as you're diving through the air to enter glide. How's it feel? Free as a bird, right? Congratulations, you've successfully completed the tutorial.
So there we have it. I hope this gave you some ideas on how you could set up the Panda Gamepad app with your own controller. Obviously it doesn't have to be a GLAP controller, but this is currently a controller I'm using, and it's once you've learnt how to master the basics of adding buttons and moving them to the right position, you can't really go wrong. It's quite simple, and yeah, hopefully it will help you out on the battlefield. So I hope you found this video useful. Please click the like button if you did, and subscribe to my channel. It's much appreciated. And if you have any questions, just leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. But until the next time, I will see you in the next video.